Hi, I've been travelling now for 2 weeks with Raul and Inga to all sorts of places in Peru, many places which have been unexplored by outsiders or gringos in the past, places of the Amazon jungle, for example, and the river systems that the locals have never let people in before, and strangely enough, they allowed us in for a few days, which was actually quite a privilege, of course. I think one of the issues that needs to be explained is that people can't buy knowledge from the local natives here in Peru or in the Amazon region, simply because they will lie to us. We can give them money, they will take money. We're an open wallet to these people. And they will say or do anything to get a little bit of extra money out of you. They will tell you all sorts of things. Now, for example, the other day we were discussing with a local shaman the origins of the ayahuasca variety called Ayahuasca Cielo, and he of course spun us a wonderful big story about what this means, and cielo in English means heaven, and he was telling us about this ayahuasca that will take you to heaven and back again, whereas we knew perfectly well that Ayahuasca Cielo referred to the water brand that the ayahuasca bottle was, as opposed to any specific properties of this potion. But spinning us a story and telling lies is all part of their culture, and so it's very, very difficult to break into the secrets of the shamanic culture, or how to actually produce the ayahuasca potions and such like. So again, it's a rare privilege to be here with a camera to actually witness the creation of ayahuasca potions. All right, so this is how the ayahuasca potion is ordinarily produced. The basic potion is 2 ingredients: the ayahuasca vine itself, and these leaves, known as chacruna. The process is a fairly lengthy and energy intensive process. This particular woody vine, which is really quite thick, has to be beaten and crushed until it's of the consistency of about horsehair. And they use this wonderful little club to do the beating. And I can assure you, it's quite difficult, and this would take many hours of work to get it into the consistency we require. About 10 kilos of this vine goes into making up an ordinary potion, along with 5 kilos of the chacruna leaf. Now, once this is crushed, this is mixed with the leaves. No other preparation with the leaves is required. Into a vat of water and cooked in a pot much like this for 8 hours, and then left to stand and cooked again for another 8 hours to produce the ayahuasca potion, which is what we're all here for. All right, so what we have here is a collection of ingredients which will go into making up the potion that we'll be calling Ayahuasca Queen. This lovely little plant here, which comes from the lower mountains, is known as Sacha Plata, and it clarifies the visions. It allows the visions to grow stronger and produces more colours within the vision itself. And this interesting herb here is called bobbing sana, and this grows in water. It's a water vine, and its properties for inclusion in the ayahuasca potion is a healing herb. It is an internal healer that is extremely strong medicine, and allows the potion to not only have the hallucinogenic effect, but also have a healthful effect on participants. And finally, this lovely little flower here, known as Chirik Samango, is a local healing herb for arthritis and joint issues. And we must remember that the ayahuasca is a medicine. It's not just a recreational drug to the cultural people, which is why we include the healing herbs in the actual potion itself. So we have the herb which is going to help with bone issues, and the herb here which is going to help with internal issues as well. Now all of these things are added to the potion at the second 8-hour cooking phase. Alright, so the various leaves are soaked briefly in the water, such as the Sasha plata and the chacruna. Briefly wash them in some water to make sure there's no impurities like dirt. Excuse me. And add it to the mix that has already gone through 8 hours of cooking. So this is the second 8-hour process. And of course we do the same with, you know, small amounts of the flowers. And this flower here, known as toi, also translated to angel trumpet, stabilizes the visions. It produces stronger and slower visions, I guess, but allows you to travel to the second dimension in a much more consistent manner. And finally, we add the bobbing sana, which is briefly washed. And this whole mix will be boiled again for another 8 hours and then strained to produce Ayahuasca Queen. And during the session itself, ordinarily during an ayahuasca session, people wouldn't eat or drink during the session. But in this particular case, through long periods of experimentation, it has been found that oats and honey, while consumed during the session as a watery potion, do help to sustain the effects of the ayahuasca medicine. And this new potion represents 8 years of research by this team around many areas of Peru and surrounding countries, testing various ayahuasca recipes, and it is these particular ingredients that's the culmination of this 8 years worth of research to produce this potion.